What's up, dude? Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope that you are all having a fantastic week. It's finally Friday. I hope that you guys all have something like fun planned for the weekend or something. I don't. I'll probably be working on videos, so if you guys see any good drama on TikTok, please send it to my TikTok. But I really don't have anything to preface this video with, so I think we are just gonna jump right into it today. So today we are going to be talking about, I guess, about 3 or 4 different people. So the first person is Ryan Manic. He is essentially a TikTok boy. He has 1.3 million TikTok followers. He does a lot of like thirst trap type videos. He has a very deep voice and he plays very much into that. And then our other person is Itsyagirlashleyyyo. She's a 24-year-old nurse from Arizona. Her name's Ashley. Literally a week ago, she had 29,100 TikTok followers, and now she has 29,900. So she's gained quite a lot in a week, considering she doesn't do TikTok. She's not known for TikTok. She makes TikToks, but she's not like Ryan, and that's her job, I guess. I hope that makes sense. So anyways, I'm going to show you the first video that Ashley posted.
Story time on how these freaking TikTok boys squatted at my house in Palm Springs this weekend. So just to preface all of this, I'm a travel nurse. I'm currently living in Palm Springs for another month. And I'm living here with my best friend, who's also a travel nurse, and we just so happen to live 10 minutes away from Coachella. So this has been planned for months now. My friends came to stay with me this weekend and we were all going to go to the festival together. My best friend, roommate, Andy, her boyfriend is also here. Those TikTok boys in the picture are her boyfriend's friends. Now, the original plan that he told us and that what he thought was going to happen were these guys were going to come over, pregame with us, maybe go to the festival together, maybe go to some events together, and that was going to be it. So Friday, we're pre-gaming, I'm drinking, I'm vibing. They roll in, and I don't see this, but they also bring all their suitcases in and put them in the room in the back. When these boys get here, they all introduce themselves to us, and one of the guys immediately latches on to one of my friends. And they're vibing, kind of flirting throughout the night. And then when we come back that night, only one of the guys comes back with us because what I thought was he was interested in my friend. And they're hanging out on our couch here, and she asks me if he can just crash here and she's gonna go home because she lives 5 minutes away. So it's 3 a.m. I'm yeah, sure, he can crash here. I just assume, he's probably gonna get up in the morning and then go to his place that he's staying at with his friends and go shower, get ready, and maybe come back later for pregame again. I don't know. No, he wakes up, doesn't even ask, doesn't say, hey, thanks for staying. He just gets in my shower, takes a full shower, uses my body wash, freaking washes his balls with my Olaplex, and then proceeds to go in my kitchen, make himself a nice little breakfast, cooking up some eggs with the food in my fridge. Again, no thank you, no can I do this, just helps himself. At this point, I'm a little annoyed. I'm okay, who does this guy think he is? But whatever, he crashed here, maybe he just didn't want to go back to his place and he just wanted to keep going until the festival. So we go to the festival Saturday again. We get back really late, 1:30, and we all just pass out, we're dead tired. So my friend Alana and I are sleeping in my room here. And these are my curtains here. They go out to the backyard. I have a big sliding door. These curtains are not blackout curtains. They're relatively see-through. And at 5 in the morning, this is what we wake up to. And Alana starts freaking out. She's like, Ashley, someone is out there. She's like shaking me. She's like, Ashley. I wake up. I just see the silhouette of a man, like a dark figure, standing outside my door. And I freak out. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who is back there? So I still was not under the impression that they were staying here. No one asked me. No one said that. I had no idea they were trying to come back here to sleep. So I open up my door. I'm like, what the frick are you guys doing back there? And I'm pissed off. Like, I just woke up. I was scared shitless. And they're just back there. I opened the door and they're just laughing. And I'm like, are you kidding me? All our doors were locked. So these guys hopped over our fence in the back. And like, Andy and I were renting this place. Like, this is not our house. There's cameras back here. The owners, the neighbors, everyone is like seeing this stuff. So I start getting pissed off. I'm like bitching them out. I'm like, you guys cannot stay here. You can't sleep on my couch. You can't use my shower. Like, this was never agreed upon. I just met you. I hardly even know you. And they didn't even really try to talk to us. They just came here, drank our alcohol, ate our food, and left. So then the one guy, Ryan, he's like, I'm going to tell the whole world that you made me sleep on the street if you don't let me in. And that sent me. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, you're going to tell the whole world that I made you sleep on the street? No, like, check your ego, bro. Who the fuck says that? Like, he has like 100,000 followers on Instagram. Ooh. So that made me even more mad. And then he says, are you mad because we didn't give you enough attention? Is that what it is? I'm like, dude, you're kidding me. So I'm just yelling at him back and forth, and I'm like, just get out. You know, like, you're not sleeping in my living room, not sleeping on my floor. So they go in the other room in the master, and like 4 of these dudes just pass out on the floor in there. Here is a photo of all their stuff in my friend's room, and they slept on the floor in there on Saturday night. So then on Sunday, we're telling them, like, that's definitely not okay. You cannot hop the fence and wake us up at 5 a.m. and scare the shit out of us. And what do? The same thing again on Sunday. Hop the fence, knock on the door, and wake us up. And I have work on Monday. I had work at 7 a.m. And then on Monday, we get calls and messages from the owner of this house saying that the neighbors have been complaining, and he has video footage of these fucking dudes hopping over our fence. And he's telling us that he has to collect a security deposit now and send people over to assess for damage. And they have to send cleaning people over and charge us for all the shit that they did. So then I text them and basically was like, I don't know how you guys thought that was okay, but like, you need to pay us back for this. So then my friends and I start blowing up his Instagram because he's literally posting pictures and videos that he took in our backyard. Like, they literally posted multiple TikToks from our bathroom, from our backyard. So please enjoy these freaking hilarious comments that my friends and I. So yeah, these guys don't give a single fuck. They didn't text me back. No apology, no thank you, no nothing. So yeah, thank you for ruining my Coachella weekend.
So what she says about these boys, honestly, it sounds pretty bad. But to me personally, I think who she should be blaming was the guy that told these guys, yeah, it was okay if they stayed with her and like didn't clear it with her. So then after she posted that video, she did a follow-up one with her friend, and she talks about like the second half of kind of what happened.
All right, TikTok Squatter Boys Part 2. Okay, before I spill more tea, I'm first going to address the comments about why we didn't call the police and why they actually slept here all 3 nights. So Friday night, the first night, the only person that stayed here, I think, was Grant. And the only reason he stayed here was because he was into my friend, and I thought she was kind of into him too. So we all came back and went to bed, and Grant and my friend were out on the couch in the living room. And then at like 3 a.m., my friend comes into my room and is like, hey, I'm going to go home. Can Grant like pass out on your couch here? I come to find out later that Grant was acting super weird towards her, like asking to spit in her mouth and saying, oh, I'm going to take off my pants now. And she's like, dude, no, like we're in someone's living room. And she just ends up going home, like feeling super weird. The next day, Grant goes to my friend Andy's boyfriend, who's Grant's friend, and he's like crying about how she didn't hook up with him, and then says, well, on to the next. And then Saturday night was the worst night, where they came to my door here and were banging on it all creepily. And then I open my door and basically tell them, after they're like threatening me, I'm like, I'm not gonna deal with this. Like, go to the next room down and talk to Brandon and Andy. So then they go like crying to them, saying that they're drunk, they can't drive, they were at some party and had a gun pulled on them, and like begging them to just crash on the floor for a couple hours. And then Andy's boyfriend like goes to her and is like, well, it's up to her. And it puts her in a really weird position, like what is she gonna do? And then Sunday, I didn't really see what all happened, but Andy's boyfriend, their friend, had texted them saying, don't do this again. Like, don't come in the middle of the night. Ashley, me, I have to work in the morning. Literally, I work at 7 a.m. And he's like, please don't come, like, banging on the door. But they do anyways, like, asking to grab their stuff. So it was all just, like, a very interesting, weird dynamic. And we didn't really know how to go about it.
So then I believe it was after the second part she posted, then Ryan went on and he posted a video about how things happened from his end.
Okay, this is my response to the whole squatting situation at Coachella. I don't like taking things to social media. Any drama, I don't like doing that. I like dealing with it in private. So for me, this is very uncomfortable to have to put on social media, but I feel like it needs to be done. I'm going to make this short and sweet, by the way. So basically, we decided to go to Coachella very last minute, me and Grant, like the day before. We book our flights, we go out to California, and we're trying to look for Airbnbs. We were trying to book our own Airbnb or even just a hotel. But the day before Coachella, everything is all booked. It's near impossible to find a place to stay. We happen to have a close friend that we've known for a long time staying there with his girlfriend. He hits us up like, yo, are you guys coming to Coachella? We're like, yeah. And he's like, we're saying like we can't find a place to stay, like we can't find a place to book. And he's like, yeah, we're staying at this house, whatever, blah blah blah. I'm staying with my girlfriend. And we're like, okay. And he communicates with Grant. I don't know the conversation, but what we heard is that we are allowed to stay and leave our stuff there. So we're thinking, okay, that saves us having to go find an Airbnb. So we're like, all right, cool. So we get there to the house, we walk in, we didn't barge in, we didn't bring our stuff in first. We actually walked in first, said hi to everybody, met all the girls that were staying there, and everyone was cool with us. Everyone was very cool. Brandon goes, all right, you guys gonna bring your stuff in? So we're like, okay. We made sure that we could stay there and we made sure that we could bring our stuff in. So we brought our stuff in, and then next thing you know, we're getting ready, we're taking shots with the girls, everyone's cool, everyone's having a fun time. Not once during the whole weekend did we have the impression that we were unwelcomed at all, because they kept inviting us back in. They kept inviting us every day, and we were under the impression that we could stay there. I want to make it clear, I only stayed there one night. That was it. The other times I had a place to stay. One night. So Friday night, the first night of Coachella, we're all pre-gaming, having fun. The girls go separate. Me and the boys, we all went separate to an event, and we stayed out very late, till like 4 a.m. And we come by the house thinking that the door's unlocked. Brandon told us the door's unlocked, we can come in and get our stuff. So door's locked, couldn't get in the front door, and we're drunk. Everyone's drunk at Coachella, everyone is having a great time, we're all out of our minds. So we're not thinking clearly. We go to the side and hop a wall. Probably not the smartest choice, I understand that, and I apologize for doing that. And I go and knock on the glass window of one of the girls' rooms. Somebody to let us in. So she lets us in. She's very upset that we woke her. We go in and we stay there for the night. And the next day she comes in the room and I apologize to her for doing that. And, I tell her like, let's just get along, right? Let's just get along this weekend. I'm sorry for that. She's like, oh, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. And then my two friends, Josh and Bobby, they came by, right? We're having like a 45-minute pregame. They weren't any part of this whatsoever. So keep their names out of it. They weren't part of it. They're good people, okay? They came by, and the girl goes, yeah, they can come by, but as long as they bring alcohol. So they bring alcohol, and we're all partying, you know, we're all having a great time, taking shots, all this stuff. And all the girls are having a great time with us. We're all talking to them, taking shots with them, doing whatever, okay? And then they go separate to Coachella, and we go separate to Coachella again, same thing. And then the same thing happens that night. We get locked out. All our stuff is in there. And this is when we were going to another place to stay the second night. And we had our place to stay. So we're trying to get our stuff out. And we're like, shit, you know, we can't get our stuff. And I have valuables and things in my backpack, my suitcase. So I had to do the same thing. We had to go through the back. And, you know, I felt very guilty and bad doing that. But, you know, if your stuff is in someone's house and you need to get it out, you know, I feel like it's kind of necessary. I don't know. But we did that again. They let us in, and we get our stuff and we leave. And that was that. Okay? But they kept letting us back in. They kept, like, saying that, you know, we're good. We're good to be there. Not once during that whole weekend did anybody say we owed them money. Not once during that whole weekend did anyone say we're unwelcomed there. We felt very welcomed there the whole time. So our friend Brandon, who was staying there, who was living there, you know, we were talking in the morning on the last day, and like everything seemed fine. Everything seemed fine. I was talking to his girlfriend. Everything seemed fine. There was no problems whatsoever. We had a great weekend. Everything was very fun until me and Grant fly back to Austin, Texas, where we live. And then we see the video pop up, and we're like, oh my God, like, what is going on? Like, this is not what they were, you know, acting like at Coachella. Like, they were very kind to us, very nice to us. Everyone was getting along. And then she randomly pops out with this video. And, you know, I paid her. So they said I owed her money. I paid her. I have proof of that I could show later on. I'll show that. But I paid them for all the stuff they asked for. I paid them. There were no damages, by the way. I think it was a fee for having too many people in the house. So I paid them that. And then I apologized. Me and Grant both apologized. We tried to have a conversation with her in private, on the phone, on text, but she didn't want to work with us in that way. She wanted to take it to social media, and she wanted to take that route. So I'm very sorry for everything that happened. You know, I hope we can get past this. I'm sorry for my actions and my behaviors. I really do apologize. That is not who I am. That is not who Grant is. We are very, very good people. All right. It was just a very wild weekend, an unexpected weekend, and this will never happen again. Next year, we will definitely get our home place. All right. So this does not have to happen again. Once again, I'm sorry, and I hope, you know, everyone can move past this. Bye.
And honestly, from what he says, it doesn't sound like there was any sort of an issue, but like, let's be totally honest. You can make anything sound like not a big deal. It's all in how you word it, and it's not hard to like downplay it or anything. So then after he did his response, then Ashley came back with another video.
Okay, I guess I need to address this. You guys, Josh and Bobby had nothing to do with this. They're only in that photo because they came over to pregame with us on Saturday. They were not squatting at my place. They had their own place to stay. This was just Ryan and Grant. And Ryan was the one that came to my door and was like threatening me, saying he was gonna tell the world I made him sleep on the streets. And Grant was the one using all my shit, and neither of them said thank you or asked or anything.
So then after like Ryan and Ashley go back and forth, Ryan posts like another kind of, I don't know, just video poking fun at the situation, I guess.
Squat this, squat that. I'm about to be squatting on the toilet after I finish all this food. God damn. It's Friday though. I'm feeling great. You know the vibes.
And then we do finally hear from Grant. So here's his video response to Ashley.
Hi guys, this is Grant here, the Coachella squatter TikToker. This is the last thing I want to do in regards to making a video sharing my side of the story. But when someone crosses the line and shares false statements about you and twists the whole story and blows everything out of proportion, I kind of have to do this. So let me keep it short and sweet. We got invited to the house where we squatted at. We paid the gal. We were very respectful and kind. We were taking photos for the gals. My buddies brought alcohol for them, and it was just overall a grand time. So the fact that someone would go out of their way to make a video like that breaks my heart. But those of you who know me know that doesn't align with my character. So I'm sorry, Ashley, that things came across that way.
And then Ashley responds to him.
We paid the gal. We were very respectful and kind. We were taking...
Yes, you did pay us back, which I'm very thankful for, but you never would have if I didn't make this video in the first place. I'm so sick of having to explain myself over and over, but I guess I have to. I texted you guys on Monday asking for you to take accountability for what you did and for the fines that we were being charged, and I never got a response. And it made me so angry after thinking about everything that happened over the weekend that I decided to just make the video. I never honestly expected it to go as viral as it did, but here we are. I don't really know what you consider to be respectful and kind, but I don't think standing back while your friend Ryan threatens me to be let into my house is very respectful. Here's a screenshot from Brandon's phone, only inviting them to come over to pregame with us before we head into Coachella. There was no text or any sort of invite to come and sleep here. I wasn't around when this happened, but according to my roommate, when you guys got here, you asked her if you could take all your suitcases inside so they wouldn't have to be sitting outside in the car while we were at the festival. The reason all the doors were locked and why you had to hop over the fence in the back is because we were not expecting you guys to come here and sleep. Not to mention, while I was at work on Wednesday and wouldn't take down the video, you guys decided to start threatening me with unaliving yourself and getting me fired. And then afterwards, posting videos making fun of the situation of you guys squatting together at the gym. And then when your friend FaceTimed you asking if you were doing okay, you said, "Yeah, man, don't worry about it. I'm only saying these things to get them to take down the video." So I appreciate the payment and the apology, but I know it wouldn't have happened if I didn't make this video in the first place. And I just hope that you learn from this.
And that is just kind of where the situation lies. I personally don't know how to feel about this. I kind of feel like maybe there was a miscommunication, but at the end of the day, I really think that Ashley is wrong. She's wrong. I think she is mad at the wrong person. I think she should be upset with the friend that let the guys stay there or let them think that it was okay for them to stay there. That's who she should be upset with. Now I kind of just feel like this whole situation is blown out of proportion, and she didn't really seem to want to post about this in the first place, but then she's the one that keeps posting about it. So the more she posts, the worse she looks, in my opinion. She honestly should have just said her piece and been done with it, or reached out to them, the two boys, Ryan and Grant, and tried to talk it through with them. I don't really know why maybe another video had to be thrown into the mix, or why all these videos had to be thrown into the mix. I don't know, but it is kind of a dumb situation. I think Coachella always has some sort of drama. I would say that this is pretty minor. I mean, it's nothing like the Sugar Bear hair situation. If you know, you know. But yeah, that's, I don't know, a little bit of drama out of Coachella this year, I guess. That is it for me today. I know this situation, I didn't need to talk a lot about it because there's videos about it. And like I always say, if there's a video made about a situation, I want that person's words to be documented and played instead of me just reiterating the whole situation. I just put it in a chronological order kind of for you guys. But yeah, that's it for me today. I hope you guys have a super fun weekend, and I will be back on Monday with another YouTube video. Bye guys.